Brief in the interpretation of the Holy Quran, page 47 of the Quran. Those who eat usury do not rise except as the one who is floundered by Satan rises from touching it, because they said, but selling is like usury, and God referred the sale and forbade usury. Whoever came to him with a sermon from his Lord and it ended, he has the foregoing and commanded him to God, and whoever returned, those who have the fire are immortal in it. 275. God destroys usury and raises alms, and God does not love all sinful infidels. 276. Those who believed, did good deeds, prayed and gave zakat to them have their wages with their Lord, and there is no fear for them, and they do not grieve. 277. O those who have believed, fear God and sow what is left of usury, if you are a believer. 278. If you do not, then authorize a war from God and his messenger, and if you repent, you have the heads of your money. Do not oppress and do not oppress. 279. And if it is difficult, look at Maisera, and to believe is good for you if you know. 280. And fear a day when you will return to God. And then all the soul you have earned will die, and they will not be wronged. 281. When the Almighty wished to spend on his way because of its cooperation and solidarity among Muslims, he warned of the contrary of usury, and he said, 275. Those who deal with riba and take it do not rise on the day of judgment from their graves except like what is done by the one who touches Satan, and rises from his grave floundering as he hits those who have epilepsy in his resurrection and fall, because they have been able to eat usury, and they did not differentiate between riba and what God has brought from the gains of sale, they said, but selling is like riba in being halal. Each of them leads to an increase in money and its growth. Allah responded to them and invalidated their measurement and lies, and showed that the Almighty solved the sale for its public and private benefit, and forbade riba because of its injustice and eating people's money in falsehood for free. Whoever came to him with a sermon from his Lord in which he forbade and warned against usury, so he ended up and repented to God from him, he has the of taking riba without sin on him, and ordered him to God in what he receives after. Therefore, whoever returned to taking usury after being forbidden by God, and the argument was based on him, deserved to enter the fire and immortality in it. This immortality in the fire is intended for a long stay in it. The permanent immortality in it is only for the infidels, while the people of monotheism are not immortalized in it. When God mentioned spending on his way and taking usury, between the difference between them in retribution, he said, 276. God destroys the usurious money and goes away, either out of a sense of damage and so on, or a sense of removing the blessing from it, and increasing and growing alms by doubling their either out of a sense of damage and so on, or a sense of removing the blessing from it, and increasing and growing alms by doubling their rewards, for goodness is 10 times to 700 times to many folds, and blesses in the money of the believers. And God does not love everyone who is a stubborn infidel, an impostor of the haram, persisting in sins and sins. 277. Those who have believed in God, followed his messenger, done good deeds, prayed fully for what God has legislated, and have given zakat of their money to those who deserve it, have their rewards with their Lord, have no fear for them in what they receive from their affairs, nor do they grieve for what they have missed from the world and its bliss. 278. O ye who have believed in God and followed his messenger, fear God that you will obey his commands and avoid his prohibitions, and leave the claim to the Lord's money left to you among the people, if you truly believe in God and what he has forbidden you from usury. It by war, by righteousness in the world, and by confusion in the afterlife. Compliance with the provisions of the Sharia in financial transactions brings down blessing and development therein. Prefer patience to the insolvent, and relieve him by giving alms to him with some or all religion. 147th.